In the annals of unsolved mysteries, few tales have captured the public's imagination quite like the case of D.B. Cooper. Known for his audacious skyjacking in 1971, Cooper remains a legend, a ghost of criminal folklore who vanished into thin air, leaving behind more questions than answers. November 24, 1971, on the day before Thanksgiving, a man who identified himself as Dan Cooper purchased a one-way ticket at Portland International Airport for a Northwest Orient Airlines flight to Seattle. Dressed in a dark suit, white shirt and tie, carrying a briefcase, he appeared to be just another business traveler. Once aboard Flight 305, a Boeing 727 with 36 passengers, Cooper handed a flight attendant a note stating he had a bomb in his briefcase. To prove his threat, he briefly opened the case, revealing wires and red sticks. Calmly but firmly, Cooper demanded $200,000 in cash, equivalent to about $1.4 million today, 4 parachutes and a fuel truck on standby in Seattle to refuel the plane. The crew informed authorities, and the FBI worked swiftly to assemble his demands. Passengers were told the plane had a minor mechanical issue, keeping them unaware of the hijacking. Upon landing in Seattle, Cooper released all 36 passengers in exchange for the ransom and parachutes. Keeping the flight crew on board, he instructed the pilots to fly south toward Mexico City at a low altitude and speed, with the landing gear down. These instructions were deliberate, likely to facilitate a parachute jump. Somewhere over the dense forests of southern Washington, Cooper opened the plane's aft stairs and jumped into the stormy night, wearing a parachute and carrying the cash. He was never seen again. The FBI launched one of the most extensive manhunts in U.S. history. Nicknamed NORJAC, Northwest Hijacking, the case generated thousands of leads but no definitive answers. The only confirmed pieces of evidence were a clip-on tie Cooper left behind and, years later, bundles of decaying $20 bills matching the ransom money's serial numbers. These bills were discovered in 1980 on the banks of the Columbia River by an 8-year-old boy named Brian Ingram. Over 800 suspects were considered, but none were definitively linked to the crime. Individuals like Richard Floyd McCoy, Dwayne Weber, and Robert Rackstraw were scrutinized, but eventually ruled out or lacked conclusive evidence. Investigators believe Cooper was familiar with aviation and parachuting. However, his survival odds were slim due to poor weather conditions, unsuitable attire, and the rough terrain he would have landed in. Some experts argue Cooper likely perished in the jump, given the extreme conditions and his lack of protective gear. Others suggest he survived, citing the discovery of the money as evidence he may have hidden part of it. Cooper's knowledge of the Boeing 727's unique aft staircase and low-altitude capabilities hinted at possible insider knowledge or prior experience with aircraft. Over the decades, various people have come forward claiming to be Cooper or knowing him. However, no confessions or claims have been verified. The decaying money found in 1980 is the only portion of the ransom ever recovered. How it got to the Columbia River remains a puzzle, as the area is not on Cooper's likely flight path. D.B. Cooper's story has cemented its place in pop culture. Books, films, TV shows, and documentaries have been dedicated to the mystery. From references in Twin Peaks to feature films like The Pursuit of D.B. Cooper, the hijacker has become a symbol of the perfect crime. Part of the allure of the D.B. Cooper mystery lies in its lack of closure. The FBI officially closed the case in 2016, stating that resources could be better used elsewhere. Despite this, amateur sleuths continue to investigate, theorize, and debate the identity and fate of D.B. Cooper. D.B. Cooper's hijacking is a story of audacity, ingenuity, and enigma. Whether he survived or perished, his tale has become a modern legend, a puzzle with pieces scattered across time. Until new evidence surfaces, the man who jumped into the darkness remains one of history's most enduring mysteries.